Howdy there, welcome to One Great Manga War, and hopefully you are having a fantastic day today. And today, we're going to be rearranging my manga collection. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Well, it happened. I ran out of space. This month. I went a little crazy on my manga collection, and I don't have enough room to put it anywhere anymore. So now I got to figure out how to fit all those on here, and that's a lot of manga to fit. Luckily, though, these are some of these are see-through, so like they don't have a back on them. So what I will be doing is I'll be putting these up here, and I'll be sticking some in the back, and I'll show you the back once I get over there. But I'm also going to rearrange this. I already decided I'm going to rearrange this into my favorite series, putting the favorite ones on top, and going from there. And I'm going to do a pause so I can take all the stuff off, and we'll start there. Alright, so it's on the ground now, and here's everything minus One Piece, which is staying up there, because that is my favorite series. Like, that's a lot. There's a lot of books I gotta put up there. So I figured I'll just vibe and just talk, all that jazz. So where did I put Kaguya-sama? Let me check real quick. Where did I put it? Alright, so I'm basically just gonna spitball. One Piece is where I started. I loved the series so much, and it's gonna stay right there because of that reason. I started collecting about in 2019 when I was just kind of bored of not reading stuff pretty much. I just wanted something new to read, something different. So I was like, after seeing some video on Super Eye Patch's Wolf's video on why you should read One Piece, I watched both of them. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna dip in it, and I'm gonna purchase the series, and that's what I did. I went to Barnes & Noble, and luckily they were having a buy two get one free sale, and I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10, 11, 12 because they didn't have 7, 8, and 9, and that's how I started this whole collection, and I fell in love with it instantly. Well, not instantly, I should say. I was like, yeah, I read the first 3 volumes, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I thought the cliffhanger in volume 3 was really good. I was like, oh my goodness, they didn't do this to me, you know? Like, they made it really hard for me not to buy the next volume, and of course, I didn't have that volume because it wasn't at the Barnes & Noble at the time. I was like, dang nabbit. So, I had to wait several months before I bought that. Because I was like, I'm not going back until I finish up Baroque Works. So, I kept reading. Really enjoyed the Sabaody arc. I have a whole video series based off of them. And then once I got to... I don't remember the name. Arlong Park. There we go. Arlong Park. I was shocked with how good that series was. And ever since then, I kept reading it. And about volume 24 is when I stopped buying the 3-in-1s. And that was because I felt like the quality of the series, it needed the more of the higher quality volumes. I was like, I can't do this to One Piece. I'm buying the more higher quality volumes. Oops. So, I was saving up money for college at the time because I was selling video games. I was getting out of the hobby of video games at the time because it didn't tickle my fancy anymore, and they still don't. I mean, I'll still play video games from time to time, but that's only if I have like people to play with. But like I said, just kept selling my video games, and there were like a lot of video games I sold. I used to be huge into collecting when I was a lot younger. At one point I had like almost 400 games, and that was a little bit too much for someone who didn't play them anymore. So I ended up selling them off, and I ended up making a good chunk of monkey. I ended up making a good chunk of money, and most of it went towards a car, which I did eventually buy, and it was a good car too, and it needed repairs. So the money I was saving for college went to the car, but with that extra money I had left over, because I was saving, because I was gonna spend like I think I said I was gonna spend 10% of it, and I ended up having like I'll just say I had a lot left over, and because of that I was able to buy box set number 2 over here relatively quickly after I finished that, and I was like so freaking excited to jump into it. I was like, more One Piece finally. And it was like, I waited like a month after I was like, finally more One Piece, you know. And I binge read the second thing, the second box set. I read it like nuts. I finished it in about a month. And you know, nowadays that doesn't sound like much, but like at the time I did not read. So hitting that milestone was a really big accomplishment for me, and I was really proud of it. And after that, I was picking up other copies of other mangas I was wanting to read, and the main one was Bleach. Bleach was a series that I was super interested in, and I felt I just wanted more of it, you know. It was a series I always wanted. I read like volume 7 at a library one time, and I loved the artwork. I loved how the series was and how it looked. And it's like whole style of like angst. And I was like, you know, I was about 13 when I read it. I was like, this is exactly what I want when I'm reading a book. It was like, it spoke to me. Nowadays, I still really like it, but it's nowhere near as much as I once did. And once I did buy it, I was ecstatic, no joke. I bought volumes 7, 8, and 9 at that comic store I bought all that stuff from. I purchased it there for like $3 because it was in pretty bad condition. And I was just, I was shocked they let me get it for $3 because it was a $15 volume. And 2, I read that book like 7 or 8 times because I loved it. And that's still one of the best parts of One Piece is about 7, 8, and 9. Really loved that stuff. I meant Bleach, my bad. Okay, so I have my first 4 series. Now the question is, what goes in number 5? Oh shoot. The other GTO series needs to go there. That's the problem. Let me put that there real quick. Anyway, as I was saying, oh shoot, there's One Piece 2. I want to put that up there too. What was I talking about? Something about Bleach. And I was talking about how much I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. Like, oh my word. Like I said, I read it 3 or 4 times. We were on a vacation, and I read it like as many times as I could. And I just fell in love with the series. And when I picked up One Piece 3 and 1, 16, 17, 18, and then 19, 20, 21, they gave me, Amazon gave me a $10 coupon, $10 off my order. And I bought volumes 24, 22, 23, and 24 on Amazon, because no joke, they were selling it for $6. And I was like, you're serious with me right now? I was like, I gotta get that. I'm not even close to that, you know. And I was like, I'm gonna read it. And I was sort of disappointed at the time. I was like, oh, I mean, it's kind of okay. I don't know what's going on at the moment, but I was like, it's not that good. But when I came back to read it again, I came back to really appreciate that arc. with Ichigo coming back from Soul Society. That's that is probably my favorite arc in the whole series, is when he comes back and he's like, he has to run away from his friends because he's got like his hollow stuff's messing with him. He's like, I'm too weak, and you know, all that stuff. That was a really powerful stuff for me, because you know, that's normal stuff teenagers think about. You know, they overthink because they have hormones and they're not used to this type of stuff. So I really appreciated that. And when I reread it, it spoke a lot more towards me. So yeah. Now we're putting in GTO. Right now. Man, GTO. Alright, so GTO is such a fantastic series. It changed my life. No joke, guys. It was a series that, like, shook me to my core. It usually, you know, anime usually are for, like, fantasy stuff. That's why, like, isekais are super popular, even though they sometimes aren't that good. You know, it's just a way of, you know, jumping away from everything. And then here's a series like GTO who's like, yeah, no, you're not getting away from this. You know, you need to think about what you're doing with your life and what you're going to do with it. And to do that to someone, especially at this pivotal moment in their age when they're like teenagers trying to figure out stuff, I think it's a really powerful thing. And that's what GTO did for me. It, like, showed me kids who were dealing with real world problems that, you know, I've seen other kids deal with, or I was dealing with myself. And just watching them deal with this type of stuff really shocked me. And it was just, you know, I felt really bad for the characters. And I could relate to them to some degree. And when I try to think. Of course, this was when I was first watching it. I watched it first because I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. It's free on Amazon Prime, because of course it is. I've plugged Amazon Prime all the time, but it's free on Amazon Prime, and it's also free on YouTube. And that's how I watched it, was on YouTube at first, and then I rewatched it again with my brother after I figured out the series was flip-flopping amazing. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just watching people deal with stuff that you're dealing with at the time, or you've seen other kids deal with, you know, real world problems that you can't really escape, and it forces you to look at it and it's like, hey, it's not okay to run away from this type of stuff. You know, wake up from La La Land and deal with the problems that you're dealing with. It's something that's really powerful. And Onizuka himself is like I said, not a typical teacher. Shoot. Battle Royale Volume 3 isn't going to be able to fit here. I may swap it out for Initial D, as I'm probably going to do, which stinks, because I really like Battle Royale, and it's better than Initial D, but, it's not that big of a deal. The spine's going to do me a favor. But, yeah, it just, like, it told you to say, hey, look at yourself. Is what you're doing right now right? And are you doing it for the right reasons? Or are you just spreading hate everywhere because you yourself aren't feeling well? And it also made me look around my surroundings and see, you know, if people were angry or, like, you know, mad at me. They're like, you know, most of the time it wasn't because of me. It was oftentimes because they were dealing with stuff in their own life and they were just pouring it on me. And learning that really helped me deal with other people's emotions better, I guess, if that makes sense. When I'm, like, helping them or, like, they're not feeling well, you know, I would like to come in and help a little bit. You know, instead of, like, just coming in and just being like, hey, I'm always here for you, to, like, some, you know, nobody, random stranger, I've kind of changed a little bit in a sense where instead of, like, doing it that way, I've changed it to where, like, I have to see you change first before I help you. You have to show me that you're willing to do it, you know. And, you know, that's because, you know, some people aren't, you know, wanting the change. Some people don't want that change, and that's really heartbreaking to me. that some people don't want to get better and rather just be fed everything. But I'm getting off topic. But yeah, just GTO helped me a lot dealing with my emotions and others' emotions at the time. Anyway, we're now moving on to Initial D. Initial D, look at this. Oh my word. I have not seen Initial D put up on my wall, on my bookshelf. And just seeing it all laid out in its thick, glorious, like, silver glory just makes me so happy. Because I have 20 volumes and I haven't seen them all up here, but man, so thick and gorgeous. Look at that. Don't take that out of context, by the way. Thick and gorgeous. Yeah, Initial D was a really good series. I just got finished recording one of my videos on my March manga log video, and I gushed a lot about Initial D in that video. So I'm not really sure what words to say in it. Again, I can't put Battle Royale right there. I guess I'll put Toriko here. That makes more sense, I guess. Or Helsing. No, we'll do Toriko because they both fit there, right? Yeah, they both fit perfectly. All right. I want to stick my action figures somewhere. My Gogeta one. I wanted to stick it like right here, but I don't want to do that anymore. Maybe we could stick it right here. That wouldn't be half bad. I have an idea, but then I'd have to figure out how to. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. We'll just stick them right here. We'll stick them right here. We'll make this our my Dragon Ball Shrine or something. But yeah, it was just. Like I said, I just finished a video just talking about Initial D a bunch. But it's a great racing series, and watching the series' artwork change to like something freaking gorgeous is just amazing. Cause like at first it's a little rough. It's very rough. The artwork's very rough. It reminds me a lot of like Tokyo Ghoul and its type of like rough etches and stuff. But like it gets. I took a break from Initial D for like a couple days because I was wanting to read some like Toriko and stuff. And when I came back from my break and I looked at the volumes again, I'm like, oh my word, this dude can draw. I was shocked how much it looked. It was crazy. The artwork just changed so drastically from when I remembered it. Because he draws characters weird, but the way he draws cars is gorgeous, like no joke. I really haven't watched the anime, but I know the anime has a lot of like really good music. So what I ended up doing when I'm reading this series is that I turn on the soundtracks for the series, and then I read the book by itself, and that was a really cool thing. How's that look? Maybe it's a little bit more pizzazz. So you know what we'll do? We'll take my Dragon Ball 3 volumes. We'll stick it under him. How about that? Oh? How does that look? He's touching the top with his hair. So, I've won a Dragon Ball Shrine. I do it every time. In my old one, I had a Dragon Ball Shrine. I won another one. I like the Yamcha book. I think the Yamcha book should just be right there showing off. I think that'd be cool. And we'll do like that. And we'll do the Vizbigs in the back. Let's see how that looks. Anyway, I was talking about Initial D. Initial D is really good. Like I said, I put the soundtrack in the background of when I was reading it. And that was the best way to read it. Like, oh my word. It was such a really fun way to read it. Because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so freaking great in that series. I don't know. Maybe we should both. Does that look better? Let's see. Gogeta and Goku in the same spot. Do like that. That looks a bit better. Maybe if they have them like turned against each other, would that look cooler? Nah. Well, we'll just have them right here. I think that looks fine. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I like that. I really enjoyed the soundtrack, and when you put it with the quality of the manga, it's the best way to experience Initial D in my opinion. It's great. I'm gonna pause this because y'all aren't gonna be able to see the bottom until I'm finished with it, because of how I have the camera set up. So, I'm gonna do a pause. We'll be right back, and I'll show y'all the bottom. Well, that went a little bit better than I was expecting. All right, so I was able to stick all the Dragon Ball ones up in my shrine again. Let me show y'all that shrine. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? I love it. It's such a great shrine. Got Goku, and Goku, and Goku, and then 2 pictures of Goku in the back. Oh man, I like it a lot. You got Boo up there too. Really cool. Alright, and then I'm gonna go on the bottom here so y'all can see the rest of it. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, look at that. We got Bleach. And I put Tokyo Ghoul up here also. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, sorry, my bad. So my single volumes. And it's got Pilgrim. It fit perfectly. I was shocked. Except my Battle Royale volumes. Oh man, it hurt. It hurts. It hurts a lot. I'm gonna have to put them in the back. No matter how much I love the series so much. They're gonna have to go in the back. So I will see you in the back. Put these volumes over in the back over here. Was that enough room? Yeah, that's enough room. Thank goodness. We were gonna have a problem if there wasn't. Alright. There we go. Where they are now. In the back. And with that, alright, I'm gonna oh shoot. Alright, I'm gonna switch over back to the original spots. Alright, we're back over here. And with that, look at this. I'm really liking this new style. I'm gonna do the front, see if you can see the top. Top really didn't change too much except for this little corner. And then we got this side over here, look at that. Gorgeous. And then keep going. I really like how long Initial D is. I don't know why. When you get like a series that you really like and you just keep going with the size and the length, it just looks good. I don't know what to say about that. It just does. Once you hit about like 15 volumes, it starts like aesthetically looking good, and I like that. Look at that. And there you go. Oh, that is my bookshelf. And with that all said, guys, thank you all for watching my beautiful, beautiful Chim Chams. And go out there and read some manga, my friends.